What are the odds the moment I start making the video, the guy upstairs starts fixing whatever he's fixing? Anyways, I think this is one of the sheets. Let's get started. Late as it is. First one says write inequality, right? Solve and graph. So it's definitely a question. So Sam needs to collect at least 200 water bottles for a science experiment. She has collected 55 so far. So if Sam, with the help of her two brothers, are going to collect bottles this weekend, write and solve an inequality to find the minimum number of bottles each sibling should collect. So, how many? There's 3 people. They already have 55. So you can start with this. Right? They already have 55. Right? The unknown is the number of bottles. Right? So the variable, right? You can call it B. Right? And the bottles here is going to be related to the 3 people, Sam and her 2 brothers. So 55 bottles that was already collected, plus what the 3 siblings collect have to be, has to collect at least 200. So it has to be greater than 200 or even equal to 200. So how many bottles do they each need to Now think about it. I mean, if we weren't doing inequalities, and I asked you this question, hey, you have to collect 200 bottles, and you already have 55. So one of the things you would do is probably subtract, right? And you say, oh my God, I already have 55, so I need 145 more, right? At least 145 or more. So you have 3 people, so you would divide 145 divided by 3. 4, 12, 25. 8, 24, 10, 48.3. You can't collect 48.3. You need at least 48.3 balls, so you definitely need 49. So that's what you would tell me, right, if this was an inequality. So you would, if you're home trying to figure out how many balls you and your brothers have to collect, you'd say, well, we each have to go outside and collect about 49 balls. That's the process, right? Hey, we had 200, so we need 200. We already collected 55. We have 145 left, so we divide that by 3, and we get how many we each have to collect. Well, that's the idea here, right? So let's accept that's an inequality. Minus 55. Didn't we subtract 55 from 200? Yes, we did, right? So here's you, the 3 brothers or siblings, and you have 145 bottles to collect. Divide this by 3, divide this by 3. The number of bottles that you have to collect, and let me just do this officially. Well, it says 48.3, right? So in order to reach your goal, you have to collect 48 bottles, 0.3, 48 and 1/3 of the next bottle, which is not possible. So therefore, you need to collect 49 bottles. In order for you to achieve this, you have to collect 49 or more bottles. And that's what you're looking for, right? Okay, so every other question is going to be one variation of that. Okay, so pretty simple. Tim wants to earn $810 this week. So again, if you set up your inequality, so we have wants to earn $810 this week. He's paid a weekly salary of $340 plus $35 for each laptop that he repairs. Right, and solve inequality. Find the least number of laptops that he will repair to reach his goal of 8 to 10. This seems I don't know why. Well, to reach his goal of 810, well, it has to be equal to 810, or I guess he won't mind if he earns a little bit more than 810. So what does he have here? He guaranteed for the week he's gonna take in $340 plus $35 for every laptop, and I don't want to use laptop repair, so let's use R. So how many laptops does he have to repair to complement the $340 that he makes on his weekly salary, right? So again, if that was him sitting at his work desk and he's thinking to himself, man, I gotta make $810 this week. Well, if you subtract that, right, he already knows, well, I'm already taking $340. I need to make $470 more. Now, I also repair laptops, right? And I make $35 for each laptop. So how many laptops do I have to repair? So that's basically what we're doing here. So minus 340, which is what I just had shown, minus 340 on this side. So we know he doesn't need to make $810 or repair $810 worth of laptops, but instead 1147, 7, he has to repair $470 worth of laptops. And if each laptop that he repairs is $35, well, let's figure out. Well, divide both sides by 35. The number of laptops that he needs to repair, 470 divided by 35 equals, in order to take home what he needs to repair 13.42 laptops. But you can't repair 13.42 laptops, so he has to repair 14 laptops. So we're going to shade that in and higher. Okay. Cameron goes to the market. He's going to buy cans of soup and a loaf of bread. The loaf of bread is $3.49, and each can of soup is $1.29. The most he can spend is $12. Write and solve an inequality determine how many cans of soup he can buy. Well, I'm going to start with this. The most he can spend is $12. So whatever he's buying over here, right, has to be less than 12 or even equal to 12 because he doesn't have any more money. We know he's buying $1.29. Sorry, not $1.29. $3.49 is the bread. So he's buying bread, one loaf of bread. So that's guaranteed. And then we need to find out how many cans of soup. And that's our unknown, right? So our unknown is going to be 1.29 times however many cans we can grab. Well, again, minus 349, minus 3.49. That goes away. So again, think about it. If I had $12 and I bought a loaf of bread, which was 3.49, I have $8.51 in my pocket, and now I want to figure out how many cans of soup I can buy with that. So I'll divide by 1.29, divide by 1.29. So the number of cans that I can buy, the maximum number of cans that I can buy, divide by 1.29, and you will have a calculator is 6.59 cans. I can't buy 7 cans, right? That's the maximum, the greatest number of cans that I can buy is 6.49. So the number of cans, the actual, in the context of this, is going to be 6 or less, right? That's our story. Santino needs a total of 406 forks for his art. This looks more like an okay. Sorry, 406 forks for his restaurant. He currently has 278. If each set has 12 forks, what is the minimum number of sets he should buy? So again, he needs a total of 406. So he needs equal, or I guess maybe greater, right? So he already has 278. How many sets? Well, each set is 12. So the 278 forks that are over here plus 12 times the number of sets, and I hate using the letter S, but we're going to use it anyway. So we're going to do minus 278. Minus 278. That's going to be 16, 8, 9, 2, 3, 2, 1, 28. So divide both sides by 12. And the number of sets, sorry, that's an S, by the way. Is going to be, number set has to be greater than 10.6. So in order for him to end up with 406 forks, the number of sets that he has to buy has to be greater than 10.6. Greater or equal than 10.6. So as a graph, can he buy 10.6? What do you call sets? No. So the next number would be 11. So he needs to buy 11 sets or higher. Okay. Sam rents a car. Rents a car for one day. The charge is $28 plus 15 cents per mile. He only has 50. What is the number greater of miles that he can drive for? Okay, so he only has 50, which means whatever he's spending here can't go over 50. So it has to be less than 50 or equal to 50. The car is $28 per day, no matter what. And then plus 0.15 cents per mile. So how many miles can you ride? Well, I mean, think about it. You have $50, you're going to pay $28 for the car, just for the car rental. You're going to be left with $22. And then you're going to take that and divide by 0.15, and you get the number of miles. So let's do that like this. Minus 28, minus 28. That goes away. 0.15 miles. Less or equal to 22. And 22 divided by 0.15. I don't know if that's cheap or not. So if you divide this by 0.15 and divide this by 0.15, number of miles that he can drive, the greatest number of miles. And I guess this is a, I'm going to write it 146.6 repeated, okay? You can actually drive that, so you don't have to round this to the next greatest mile or anything. So the answer to this, the greatest number of miles, it doesn't say whole number or anything like that, right? So the answer to this was this. As long as he drives 146 miles or less, he won't spend over 50 bucks. Next set of questions, 3 questions. This is an equation, right? Same idea, guys, except instead of an equality sign, an equal sign. Sam mechanic charged $329, so we know Sam paid. So whatever, what did she, $329. And what service did she get for $329? The total included $248 for new brakes. Here were new brakes plus 3 hours. How much the mechanic earned per hour? There's something written wrong here. And 3 hours for each hour of work. Total included 238 plus for new brakes and 3 hours of work. That's what it should say. How much did the mechanic earn per hour? I think that's what it should say. So 328.9 was the total. So out of the 329, 248. So again, if you want to make that wall, river, whatever you want to call it, that's okay. 3H. So mechanic charges 329. Let's subtract the brakes. So $81. And he worked for 3 hours, which means that per hour he charged you $27. And that's the answer to the question. Todd orders pictures from a photographer. Each picture costs $7.50. A one-time shipping of $3.25 is added to the cost. The total cost of the order was $85.75. How many pictures did he order? Well, okay, so we know the total was $85.75. What was $85.75? It was the shipping fee. Okay, so UPS, FedEx, he paid $3.25 for FedEx plus all the pictures that came in the box, right? So it was $7.50 per picture, right? So to solve this and find the value of each picture, right, we're going to do minus $3.25. So let's remove the cost of the shipping from $85.25. So that goes away. $7.50p comes down. This is going to be 50. So $82.50 was actually the price of all the pictures, right? $3.25 was the what do you call the shipping fee. Well, divide by 750, divide by 750, and P, each picture cost $11. And that's will be your answer. I'm gonna skip this question. Okay, this was actually going to be your test question. I hate that question, and I'm not even gonna do it. You can thank me for switching it up. Solve and check. All right, so this, the easy part. Nothing. This is just, guys, this is really equations. Negative 3x. So let's be careful with our signs. So that can be negative 16x, and then it's really properly plus 32 because we're multiplying two negatives. Negative 24x and negative 3, right? So always do the treated property. Combine like terms if possible. Yes, it is. We combine these two guys. We get negative 19x plus 32. We can combine these two. We get negative 27. Now it's just a two-step equation, right? We're going to do minus 32 on this side, minus 32 on this side. That goes away. We get negative 19x equals 9. What's that? 59? Okay. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Negative 3x minus 16x plus 32 minus 24 minus 3. hang on. Oh, I guess your answer is going to be 24. Oh, and here is his mistake. Good thing I noticed. Mistake, I forgot the variable. So here we get negative 24x minus 3. Apologies. So we have negative 19x, so that was correct, plus 32 equals negative 24x minus 3. So distributive property, combine like terms. Now I look to see if there are variables on both sides, and there is. So I'm going to get rid of the one with the smaller coefficient, which is negative 24x. Line in the middle, I'm going to do plus 24x. Plus 24x. You could have gotten rid of 19. Not a big deal. That goes away. Minus 3 is left over on that side. This is, what do you call it? 5x. Positive 5x, Mr. Cho. 5x plus 32. Now it's a one-step equation. Minus 32, minus 32. That goes away. We get 5x equals negative 35. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals negative 7. You can do your own check. Next one, forgot the parentheses here. So we get 8a plus 120 equals negative 3a plus 4 plus 3 plus 31. 8a plus 20, I can't combine anything. On the other side, I combine negative 3, these two, I get 34. Again, variables on both sides. Let's get rid of negative 3a, so we'll do plus 3a on that side. Here's my wall, plus 3a on this side. That's 11a. Plus 120 equals 34. 120. We're going to do minus 120 on this side, minus 120 on that side. Those two go away. 11a equals, I don't know why my voice is like this right now. I'm going to get negative 86. Did I do another mistake? Again, negative 3a plus 3. Plus 120. Hang on a second, guys. Negative 3a plus 3. 34 plus 3a, that goes away. Plus 3a, 11a, 120. Minus 120, minus 120. 86. So I guess this is going to be a fraction. So I'm going to leave it like that. A equals negative 86 over 11. Alright, have fun checking that. Next one. Again, if you want to think of there's a 1 here, you can, and then do the distributive property. Or, again, remember that if it's a minus sign outside the parentheses, we can just simply switch the signs of everybody inside, right? Remember that. It says combine like terms only. Okay, it's not even an equation. So it's minus 12a minus 33h. Combine like terms, yeah. Combine this guy over here. This guy over here. We get negative 27a. And then combine this guy and this guy. We can get positive 12h. Again, distributive property. We get 36m plus 20. And then these two we get plus 63m. And then plus 108. Combine like terms, yeah, the m's, they're both positive, so we get, looks like 99m plus 20 and 108, 128. So these two, they're all positive, and that's my final answer. Okay, we present with inequalities. Okay, her weight. So I like to have the variable on the left side and the number on the right side, so we're talking about someone's weight. And 105. So her weight has to be what in comparison to 105? Has to be greater. Maximum speed in square is 25 miles per hour. So pick a variable that represents, let's talk about speed or m for max. So I'm going to pick m. So the max in this school area is, in square, is 25 per miles. The maximum has to be less or equal to 25. Right? So your speed can't be over 25. It has to be less or equal to 25. And my TV has less than 10 channels. So I'm going to pick C for channels. Here's my 10. And the number and the channels related to number 10 states that has less than 10. Not 10, but less than 10. She earns more than $1,500 per week. So E for earnings or W, whatever. So E, her earnings, 1,500. She earns more than 1,500, which means it's not equal to 1,500. It's any value above that. Inequalities, careful. It's the same thing, except there's a couple of things that you have to be careful with. So let's do the first one over here. 3y minus 9 less or equal to negative 9. Again, same thing. Well, if you want, just to remind yourself, there's a left side and the right side. Plus 9 on both sides. We get 3y less or equal to 0. Divide both sides by 3. Y is less or equal to 0. And we want to graph this. So that's 0. We're going to shade it. And y is going to be any number that is equal to 0 or less than 0. And we point it that way. Following one, let me see, negative 5m plus 6 minus m. There's a little bit more work here. Same thing. Combine like, there's no distributive property, so we can go straight to combine like terms. We can combine negative 5m and m. We get negative 6m plus 6 less or equal to negative 29 plus m. Variables on both sides. I want to get rid of the one with the smaller coefficient, which is negative 6m. So I'm going to do plus 6m. And I'm going to do plus 6m on the other side. Those two go away. I'm left with 6 less or equal to negative 29 plus, what is that, 7m. All right. Our next step is going to do plus 29 on this side and plus 29 on that side. And we get rid of the constant, so that goes away. I'm left with 35 less than 7m. Divide both sides by 7, and 5 is less than m. And that's my answer. So here's 5. 5 is less than all these values. So what's 5 less than? So again, pick a number. So pick a number like 1,000. So here's your inequality, your answer, right? Pick a number, plug it in here, see if it works. So substitution, we get 5 less than 1,000. Is that true? Yeah, it is true. So that means that every number to the right, where's 1,000? 1,000 is to the right of 0. So if you substitute and it works, that indicates that every number that is on the same side of 1,000, which in this case is to the right of 0, also works. And you can always just pick another number and try again, right? So in this case, every number to the right of 5, but not including 5, works. Distributive property again, right? Same thing. Negative 27a minus 54 minus 4 greater or equal to 23. Negative 27a, combine like terms, combine these two, we can get negative 58 greater or equal to 23. Two-step equation, plus 58 on both sides, plus 58 on both sides. That goes away. I'm left with negative 27a greater or equal to 81. Now, our next step is to divide by negative 27. Divide by negative 27. Finally, negative 27 divided by negative 27 is a. Remember, because we divided by a negative coefficient, right? What we do is an inequality sign that has to be pointing the other way. And 81 divided by negative 27 is negative 3. Graph your solution. Here's negative 3, here's negative 2, here's negative 4. Is negative 3 part of your solution? Yes, and so is every number in here. All right, and you can always pick a number, plug it in, substitute for the value of a. Replace a with that value, and see if it works, and see if you're pointed to the right direction. Here, I would get rid of the 7 at the bottom. So you have choices. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 7 and multiply the right side by 7. If I multiply by 7, that's gone. That's gone. I'm actually left with negative 2. 21p minus 7 greater than negative 28. Look at that. No more fractions to worry about. Distributive property, we get negative 42p plus 14 greater than 28. We're going to do minus 14 on both sides, minus 14. And I'm getting negative 42p greater than negative 42. Now, I'll continue over here because my boom. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 42. So let me write the inequality. So negative 42p greater than negative 42. If I divide both sides by negative 42, right? Negative divided by negative is a positive, so I get my p. On the other side, negative 42 divided by negative 42 is a 1. And what do we have to do with inequality sign? Right, it goes the other way because to keep the order of inequality true, when dividing by or multiplying by a negative number, we have to reverse that inequality. So p less than 1, graph it. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's, oops, sorry, here's 0. Circle, shade, and we're aiming that way. All right, so that should be, I mean, it's literally a bunch of questions like that. Now, I told you that this will be part 2 questions, right? You have one inequality. So you have your part 2 question will be one question like this, an equation. One question like this. Let me pick an inequality. Right, inequality like this, or I don't know, like this, right? And then you're going to have one from this section here, the consecutive integers, and one from an age question. Literally like the Jerry question. Not much different than that. So if you're watching this for my 2 viewers, good luck to you on Monday. 3 consecutive integers. So consecutive integers are x plus 1, x plus 2. Not odd nor even, because then it would be x plus 2, x plus 4. So these are just 3 consecutive integers. So such that 3 times the smallest, right? So we identify the 3 consecutive integers. So let's follow that. 3 times the smallest. So 3 times, who's the smallest? Well, x, right? 3 times the smallest. Check. Is equal. 14, there's my 14. More than, what's more than? Plus the largest. Who's the largest? X plus 2. And there is our equation. I can't say anymore. 3x equals, let's combine like terms, 14 and 2 is 16 plus x. We have variable on both sides. So let's do minus x, and we get 2x equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 8. So, there's our answer. First integer is 8. The second integer would be 8 plus 1, which would be 9. And the third integer would be 8 plus 2, which gives me 10. 8, 9, 10. 3 in consecutive odd integers. All right, so now x plus 2, x plus 4, such that the sum of the first 2, so if we add the first 2, such that the sum of the first and the second, so we gotta add the first. Here's my first, here's my second, here's my third. So sum of the first and the second. So if I take the first one, x, and add it to the second one, which is x plus 2, is or equals 31 less than, I'm going to write 31 less than over here. 31 less than 3 times the third. That's what it is literally translated, but it's a less than, right? Don't forget, what's less than, what do? We do a little switch, right? The 31 is going to go to the back, and the 3 times x plus 4 is going to go to the front. Just a change in the order of the terms. And there is your equation. Okay, now from here it's just all that good stuff. 2x, combine like terms, 2x plus 2, 3 property, 3x plus 12, minus 31. 2x plus 2, 3x, and then 12, it's going to give negative 19. We have variables on both sides, so let's get rid of, I'm going to get rid of this, the 2x. I'm going to do minus 2x. That goes away. I'm left with 2 over here. This is 3x minus 2x is x, minus 19. Almost done. Now just add 19 here, add 19 here. My variable x is all finally by itself because the 19s are going to go away. And 2 plus 19 is 21. So the first odd integer is 21. obviously the second is 23 and the third one is 25. All right, Jerry's age is 9 years less than 7 times Tom's age. So here's Jerry. Let's create a table. Here's Jerry, and here's Tom. So Jerry is 9 years. I'm going to actually write here 9 years less than means subtraction 7 times Tom's age. Do we know how old Tom is? Do we know how old Tom is? No, we know, so we can call him Tom's age. We'll call it X. So Tom is X. Now, again, this is less than, so make sure you make that little switch, right? So Jerry is actually 7x minus 9 because this messed up. All right, so we know, we know how to represent each of their ages. So now let's set up the equation. So now this is not going to be the one that, hey, plus 5 or minus 5, the time in the future. So it's not this problem. And then plus 4 over here. That's not the type of problem we're looking at. Okay, so it's very simple. First of all, express each of their ages. In this case, we're expressing their ages in terms of Tom, based on Tom's age. And then once we have that, we can finally use this sentence to set up the equation. The sum of their ages is 39. So if I take Jerry's age, 7x minus 9, add it with Tom, plus x, equals 39. Oh my God, look how easy that is. 7x plus x is 8x minus 9 equals 39. We're going to do plus 9 on both sides. That goes away. 8x comes down. 48 on the other side. Divide both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, or 1x. 1 times x is just x, and 6. That means that Tom over here is 6. Jerry, well, we're going to multiply 7 times 6, which is 42, minus 9, makes Jerry 33. All right, so that's that. My age is 3 times as my brother's age. So there's me, there's my brother. So they're saying that I am 3 times my brother's age. So hang on a second. Do I know what my brother's age is? No. So let's call him x. That means that I am 3 times x. Both our ages together is 42. How old am I? How old is my brother? Really? So identify 3x, that's me, plus my brother's age, x equals 42. 3x plus 7, so that's 4x equals 42. Divide both sides by 4. X equals, I have no idea. I gotta steal better call. Serious? X equals 10.4. 10.5, sorry. That means my brother is 10 and a half years old, which means I am 31 and a half years old. Okay. We'll do the other two. I mean, it's the same type of problem, except it's in the concept of angles and perimeter. So we have the second, so it's a triangle. So we have 1, 2, a triangle always has 3 angles. The second angle of a triangle is the same size as the first. So let's call the first x. So if the first angle is x, guess what? The second is x. The third angle is 12 degrees larger than the first. 12 larger means plus x. How large are the angles, or what are the angles? So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, 12 plus x equals 180. Combine like terms, we got 3x plus 12 equals 180. minus 12, 3x equals 8, 7, 1, 368. That's not divisible by 3 either. 368 divided by 3. Why would I pick these numbers? Second angle of a triangle. Hang on a second, guys. Third angle is 12 degrees larger than the first angle. Okay. The same size as the second angle. Alright, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction because it's probably easier. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 122 and 2/3. Alright, so that's 122. Ooh, wait, stop. There's something wrong here. Oh my god. I should go back to sleep. 128, I wrote 368. I can hear screams right now. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. And 168. My apologies. Wow. 56. X equals 56. My god. So that means the first angle is 56. The second angle, so we have a triangle. Right, it's a nice isosceles triangle. This is 56. This is 56. And then the last angle is 68. Jeez. Second angle, another triangle. Second angle triangle. So we have the first angle. First angle, second angle, third angle. The second angle triangle is 3 times as large as the first. So 3 times. Do we know anything about the first? No, so we'll call it x. So the second angle is 3x, and the third angle is 30 more than the first angle. 30 more than the first angle. Repetitive. 30 plus x. Equals 180. Down, we get 5x plus 30 equals 180. Minus 30, minus 30. We get 5x equals 150. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals 30. Okay, so one angle is 30. The other one is 90 because it's 3 times 30. And the other one is, obviously, 60. Okay. Your bonus is going to be not anything you write down, but more something that you do. So in order to get the 2 points, you will have to wear mix matched socks. That's it. Socks where the left one and the right one are different. The perimeter of a rectangle is 280, so okay, we have a rectangle. The perimeter is 280. The width is 26 meters less, 26 meters less than the length. Do I know anything about the length? No. So I'm just going to call that L. I know that the width is 26 less than the length, which means L minus 26. Remember, it's less than. So do a little switcheroo. So that's L, this is L, and this is L minus 26. Find the length and the width. Well, now I can add them all up. So equals 280. We can add them. You can do 2 times L plus 2 times W and substitute, or I'll just make it a little bit easy. L plus L minus 26 plus L minus 26. Right, all the sides added together. So L plus L plus L plus L is 4L. And then minus 52 for the 2 26s. Right, combine equals 280 plus 52 on both sides. That goes away. And this is 332. We have 4L. Is that divisible by 4? Yes, it is. So divide both sides by 4. And the length is, no idea, 83. So that means that the length here, so if let me draw another rectangle here. It means this guy is 83. This means this guy is 83. And then the width is 83 minus 26. 83 minus 26, which is 57. And just to confirm, if you add all those 4, you should get 280. So 83 plus 83 plus 57 plus 57. equals 280. And indeed, if you add all those, it does give you 280. Okay, so this is the first one. There's another one. I'll do it, but